In this video, we're talking about the new album by Oceans of Slumber called Starlight and Ash. They are a progressive metal band from Texas. They formed in 2011. The album was released on July 22nd, 2022. Now, let me start by saying that I am new to the band. I didn't know what to expect. My first impression was that I didn't like it. I was expecting something heavier, I guess, but that's not to say I don't really like it now. And I feel this is the type of album you have to give a few listens to. So this can be a problem for our music review channel because we try to get our reviews out as soon as possible because that's when we get the views and it's more search traffic. But for me, I decided to give it a few more listens. So that's why I waited like an extra day before reviewing this. So I also try not to watch other reviews of an album, on the other channels, just because I don't want to have my opinion swayed. But it's also hard because I see these thumbnails pop up in my feed. And when I see these thumbnails, they often contain clues of like what the reviewer thought. So, for example, if you look at the Metal Meltdown's channel, his thumbnail said that this was like their best album. And I decided to watch one review. I watched the Green Man's review, and he did give it a favorable review. I watched also a Thralls of Metal review just to kind of get a different opinion. And these channels are basically giving a favorable review, so I decided I have to try to give it another chance. So I decided to listen to it again. Now I went into this with the mindset that it's not a super aggressive metal album, which is okay because a lot of my favorite bands are not metal. Like Pink Floyd, Jethro Tull, The Doors. Those are very mellow types of bands, and I like those a lot. On my second listen, I did notice that the band does have a lot of talent. The members are great musicians. So they have a female vocalist. Her name is Cami. She has a voice. It does fit metal, but it also has like a lot of soul. So I thought her vocal style had some like elements of like Amy Winehouse, that type of sound, but with also like a metal sound. She's just a very soulful vocalist. She can handle the big choruses and belt out some more powerful vocal lines when necessary. The guitars were like mostly clean, but they do get distorted when necessary. The bass guitar is very thick. The keyboards create these sound textures, and the drums kind of do their own thing, but sometimes they play fast beats, sometimes slow beats, and sometimes it feels like metal, sometimes it doesn't feel like metal, sometimes more atmospheric, kind of hard to describe. So I'll talk about the songs now. The first song is The Water's Rising. This one has a cool drum beat, a very soulful vocal delivery. I like the acoustic guitar playing. The song has some nice hooks. It's just very mellow, a relaxing type of song. You hear some elements of heavy metal towards the middle of the song and they incorporate some distorted guitars. The vocals are very good. They have lots of highs and lows, and the song slows down as it ends. Hearts of Stone had a smooth jazz feel, a mellow, relaxing song. They have some electronic elements in the background, and they mix in clean and distorted guitars. The song's a nice mix of the heavy and the light. It's not a fast-paced song, but it focuses more on the emotional vocal. The Lighthouse had a cool blues rock riff, another slow, laid-back song with a lot of emotion. The main guitar riff is the thing that stands out in the song. They add in some like violins in the background and some melodic guitar solos. The vocal harmonies sound very good, and it's just a very full sound. Red Forest Roads, this one has a slow acoustic intro. Another very soulful, jazzy type of song. They incorporate some cool guitar leads. The echo effects in the vocals are kind of cool. There are parts of the song where it's just isolated vocals and the guitars, and they just like followed up with like a very fast drum beat. It's kind of cool to add in like hints of metal here, and this music is very like relaxing and chill. There are parts with like a fast drum beat. It kind of seemed like out of place, but it did work with the song. The Hanging Tree had some cool vocals. Another slow and mellow song. You hear some slow atmospheric sounds. One is just okay. I kind of wanted it to pick up the pace, but it did keep that slow pace, and it's just a very emotional song. Salvation is a mellow song like most of the others. This band likes to use a lot of like isolated vocals and guitar parts. They do that very well in the song compositions. Many parts are just vocals and guitar, and then the drums come in and out. The song has some distorted droning guitars and backing vocals. I did like that part of the song. It made the song have a lot of emotion. Star Altar, it's a song where they start to get heavy, has a more complex drum patterns and heavier guitars. This was a good one. They mix in the heavy and the light. Some parts are more atmospheric, other parts are more heavy. Song has some cool drum, doom metal like guitar riffs, those like slow like Black Sabbath or like Soundgarden types of riffs, and those were really cool. Then there's The Spring of 21, a short classical piano ballad. Not really much to say about it, just it's well played. It's the type of song you would expect to hear in like a classical music concerto. It just blends very well into the next song, which is called Just a Day. This one has an intro, just like vocals and piano. The vocals sound very good. I like the melody in the song. This one here is interesting. They add in droning guitars and some violins. The guitars sound very heavy, have thick, distorted sounds. The pace of the song is very slow, kind of like that, like funeral doom, but it is very good. The song does pick up the pace and with a very fast drum beat and fast-paced guitar chords, and then the song slows down again before it ends. House of the Rising Sun is an Animals cover. This was one of the singles. They do take like this minimalistic approach. They have mostly the guitar and vocals and just some violins they add in later, and this one has a slow and emotional vocal delivery. Then there's one more song called The Shipbuilder's Son. It's slow, it's progressive, has cool arrangements. They add in lots of atmospheric sounds. You got some cool heavy guitar riffs. Those are like the kind of guitar riffs that I was kind of like waiting for throughout the album, but then they add in some softer piano sounds. This one has a nice mix of heavy and light. The distorted guitars come in and out. The sound is very epic. The song ends with like a slow fading piano part, and that ends the album. So what did I think of the album? I think I wanted to like it more than I actually did. I kind of tried to get into it. Maybe I need some more time. You know, maybe at the end of the year I'll make a best of the albums, best of the year list, and I'll explain how wrong I was. But as of now, I'm not really feeling it. There are lots of parts I did like. The vocals are amazing. The musicianship is very good. I think it has some elements of musical styles that I'm not really into, which is why I'm kind of having trouble getting into this. But I will say it's decent. I'm not really going to give it a bad score. I'll give it a 7 out of 10 just because I think it does have some potential down the road after I've listened to it a few more times, giving it some more, a few more proper listens. But let me know what you think in the comments. If you like this video, check out the video for my best metal albums of July so far, and including bands like Wormrot, Haunt, Torturized, and many others. Please remember, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.